So, September 30th, which is a Thursday, and it's just a few days from now, there will be a free talk at the Abiquiu Inn here in northern New Mexico, starting at 7 p.m. And the talk is going to be given by the artist Walter Nelson and the writer Douglas Preston. The talk's topic is Retracing Coronado. Many years ago, Preston and Nelson took a horseback ride trip across the American Southwest, more than 1,000 miles, following the trail or the trace of the path that it is thought the Coronado and his army took to find the lost cities of gold here in the New World. That was in 1528 or somewhere, 1529, somewhere around there. And the reason that Coronado went on that expedition, one of the reasons, is that the person who preceded him, Fray Marcos de Niza, lied about what he saw the year previously when he and the slave Esteban preceded and went exploring to find perhaps the lost city of gold. As far as I can tell, reading the English translation of Fray Marcos's journal, it looks like he only got as far as the Gila River and he stopped there, and the slave Esteban continued north into what is now northern New Mexico and into the land of the Zunis. And when the slave Esteban demanded as his right as a black god that the Zunis present to him all the prettier Pueblo Indian maidens to use as he wished, they filled him full of arrows, and eventually Fray Marcos got word of that the slave Esteban had been killed by the Zunis. And I suspect Fray Marcos did not go any farther north than the Gila River, even though his report, when he returned to New Mexico, said otherwise. If you remember history, probably not important anymore unless you actually live in the American Southwest. Fray Marcos de Niza said that not only did he go to the City of Gold, he actually saw golden walls of the city, and that he erected a crucifix or a cross on the hill that overlooked the city. He also said that he saw the Pacific Ocean from where he was when he crossed the Sonoran Desert and entered into what is now the United States. All lies. He couldn't have crossed the distance that he said he crossed in the time that he said he crossed it. Physically impossible. He could not have seen the Pacific Ocean from where he was, where we know he was, because he described accurately some of the features where he actually went going to the Gila River, and he apparently never crossed any farther than that. Unfortunately, Coronado and his army, part of their expedition, part of their invasion was based upon that lie. Of course, another part of that expedition was to just get rid of the surplus young men that was hanging around Mexico City. There was no women for them, they had no jobs, there was nothing for them to do, they were just in the way. So they put together an expedition and just sent them into the land of the Barbario Indios, and probably kind of hoped that most of them wouldn't return, which is pretty much what happened. Anyhow, Preston wrote a book about the trip that he and Walter Nelson took on horseback following what is believed to be Coronado's trail. Historians don't know the route that Coronado took, but it was pretty darn close. We have a rough idea of the route that he would have to take, passing, for example, the Gila watershed and going up into the Mogollon Rim area and into the land of the Zunis, which we know Coronado and his army did. So I am going to attend that talk Seating is limited, so anybody who wants to attend has to call ahead first. I'm going to put the contact information of the email that I got from Preston will be in the shorts bar down there. Anybody who just happens to be in northern New Mexico, north of Santa Fe, might want to attend also.